My next guest was one of the big winners last weekend at UFC 284, getting it done over Shane Young in enemy territory. It is Blake Bilder back here on the program. Blake, how are you?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. Blessed and highly favored. I'm feeling amazing. I got my coach out here who's the best in the game, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, the mind behind all of what goes on behind the scenes and in the cage, as you saw in that motivational second to third round speech, man. I mean, I'm just feeling on top of the world, man. I manifested this so long ago. I found a video of that I said to Bruce. I told Bruce Buffer November 12th in 2016 that he was going to be announcing my name in the UFC one day. And I made a video about it today, and it was just crazy, man. It was like 6.5 years ago.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like you said, you manifested all this. We hear about UFC jitters when fighters make that debut. It's another level when you're having to go to someone else's country and fight them there. You look calm and collective in the cage. How are you feeling though? You know, it's different when we're watching on TV, but you look
Right.
pretty composed in there.
Oh man, I was super relaxed. It didn't bother me at all. His haka didn't bother me. The crowd booing didn't bother me. The people cheering loud for him didn't bother me. Like I just like energy and I
Mhm.
love people. So like a lot of energy like feels good to me. Like when people are, when they're going crazy and the crowd's cheering, like I feed off of it, like it makes me come alive. So for me, it just put fuel on the fire and made me even more confident.
Anything about Shane surprised you in the fight? You were well prepared. You went out there. You clearly got the victory. But I know, obviously when you're in there, maybe there's some things you weren't expecting. Was there anything about Shane that surprised you at all?
Mm, not really.
Okay.
Not really. We I definitely thought like maybe he might change up his game plan or patterns or whatnot. We had an idea of how he's going to come out, and he pretty much comes out how he always comes out. His cardio is really good. He's a really good athlete. He's got a hell of a chin. Kid's tough, but yeah, nothing really surprised me at all about him. We were using the takedowns, not necessarily to take him down, but just to touch his legs and feint him to get him to really bite and come up with different shots like the knees and the hands and whatnot to land more combinations moving forward. And that was working because we started to get him to hesitate and worry about the takedown. But yeah, nothing really shocked me about him. We programmed everything that we plan on doing and tailored to his game. So we we were ready for anything.
Were you surprised you were such a big betting underdog going into the fight? I don't know if you saw the odds before going in.
Yeah, I was actually. I figured that I would be the underdog, as I always am. But you know what? I love it because me and my people. Well, not me. I didn't because I didn't bet on myself, but my people are getting paid. Much more because they're betting on me because they know what's up, and so I love it. I think people should keep me as the underdog. Like my people are getting paid. Like a lot of people were sending me like what they were getting paid. I was like, that's what's up. Hey, here's the Cash App and the Venmo.
I was gonna say steak. I think we talked about this last time. Steak dinner at a minimum is got to be
Yes.
what's going on, especially someone
Yeah.
winning big money and not like an Applebee's. It's got to be like a nice place. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
So
yeah. You ain't taking me to no Applebee's or In and Out is acceptable, but that's if we're homies. Like, come on, bro. Like
yeah.
we going to Pogo or we going to Mastro's. Like we going to somewhere nice. But yeah, people have some people that toss me money to my Venmo and whatnot. So that's cool. That's all love. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's been crazy. It's been fun, man.
Anyone win any like big money that you know of? You mentioned some people showing you their receipts. Anything crazy? Because again, like I imagine like just betting you by decision as well would probably be good odds. Like I'm sure some people did that. Any crazy money that you heard of?
Yeah, there was a parlay from $20 that ended up being 300. There's a guy that won 50,000. There's a guy that won
50,000. Wow.
10,000. 50,000. Yeah, he has
Wow.
a group of investors that get down. So he said collectively, the whole group that he has in like a chat made 50,000. He said that uh that was for that guy. There's another guy that put 10 bands on me. There's another guy that made 6,500, and then there's just like a bunch of like,
It's well over for sure. Well over 100,000.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Wow.
There's so
Okay.
many.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome.
insane.
That's yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. And kind of on that note, man, I was on social media on Saturday. Obviously, everyone's talking about the main event, but I saw you get a ton of love, a ton of feedback. I was seeing posts, people
Yeah.
tagging you and all that. What was that like? I know you expect that as well. You have a good loyal group of fans, but I'm sure you got a lot of new fans too. How has that been?
Oh, it was a blessing, bro, because right when we left the stadium, I mean, on our way out from the stadium, and even when we came back right after the fight, I must have taken at least 500, 600 pictures with all the Aussies. I mean, they're terrific people, just fantastic people, amazing. They're true fans. They showed a lot of love. We were even on the beach out like in a half hour away from the the venue, and there are some people that were coming up and, hey, can we get a picture? I'm like, absolutely.
Nice.
And we went out with a few of the fans the other night and played games up at the arcade and went bowling and whatnot. It was cool. So it's just been a blessing. So I've been trying to get back to everybody on social media, but man, it's like I must have stayed up till like 2 in the morning last night, like video texting, or not video but audio texting people, like, yo, thank you, man, I really appreciate it, like, God bless you, and then going on to the next one. So I'm trying to get back to everybody, but they just keep flooding in, and it's crazy, but I really appreciate the love. Like, it's something that I don't want to ever take for granted.
Um, did you have a chance to watch the co-main event? Obviously, that's your division. Yair Rodriguez winning the interim title. Have you did you get a chance to watch the fight?
Yeah, Yair looked really sharp. He looked really sharp before the fight. So me and my coach Flame knows a lot of the same people that they know. So me and him, we were signing the posters together, and we became pretty good friends. Like, super cool guy, super smart. He used his reach really well in that fight, and he just looks so seasoned. Yair looked really sharp. I'm really happy for
The
him,
team
man.
knows what exactly they're doing. I mean, they have a whole team designated for each individual thing and aspect of his game. He's got a
Oh, cool.
manager. He's got people that are focused on his diet and everything. So I mean, he's a good guy, man.
It's an army, which is cool to see. And then
Yeah.
obviously the main event, everyone's been talking about that. Islam Mahasha Volkanovski putting on an absolute classic. What did you think of that fight? What was your reaction? I was curious as well who you think won, because some people felt like maybe Volk did enough to get it done.
Yeah, I felt like Volk did enough to get it done, but I felt like Makachev just I feel like he knows how to play to the judges and the scoring system, and that's what won him the fight ultimately. Like, his ability to get takedowns, get control time. He didn't do much damage, but when you're on somebody's back and you got a triangle on them, you're in a dominant position no matter what. So uh I think he made a few errors in judgment in some of the rounds, just by not trying to escape, but just, hey, come on, ref, and like, boom, and like kind of playing into the crowd, and like, definitely you're feeding like some good, like, viral moments, but definitely like it trying like using that time to escape and not get frustrated, and end up on top, and land some good shots would have been good, which we saw at the end of the fifth round. He started using a lot of that counter wrestling, and ended up on top at the end of the fifth, and was landing shots for the last minute and a half. Man, if he would have did that in a couple of the other rounds, like, clear as day. I felt like Volk won, but we all know that we can't leave it to the judges. Even
Yeah.
even for me, leaving it to the judges, I was like, man, this is like a hometown guy, so I hope I don't get robbed.
Yeah, and they had a bad decision, like the first fight of the night. That Brazil, the Oliveira's teammate, that fight. I don't know how they scored that for him. That Elves Brenner. I don't know if you saw that fight or not.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching it a little bit as I was getting ready. I was
Pretty
like, oh
bad.
man,
Yeah.
this is crazy. They're like, Blake, after the fight's over, 2 minutes, then you're on. I'm like, man, this is great. I love that it's so punctual and there's not like layovers in time. It's like boom, this is when it's happening. Boom, you're gonna fight at this exact time. It's so nice. The UFC is so organized. It's amazing. I love fighting for this company.
So when do you want to fight next? I know obviously we're a couple days removed here. I'm sure you got to soak everything in, but when would you like to have that next fight? What would be an ideal timeline for you?
I want to be on that John Jones card.
Oh yeah? Okay.
But
Yeah, you should go. I'm
yeah.
going to that card. I'm covering that event actually. So
Oh no way, really? Where is it? Is it in
yep. Yeah, I'm
Vegas?
going. It's in Vegas, March 4th.
Ooh.
Perfect
There
time.
you go. You got
Yeah,
to get on there.
we might be out there for the UFC Performance Institute. So I
There you go.
mean,
I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up if I'm out there. It'd be good to do something in
yeah.
person. Show that I'm a real person, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. I would I
yeah.
would I would love to get on a card like early. Maybe not that card cuz
Mhm.
I did hurt my hand a little bit in the fight, so I got to get it x-rayed.
Yeah,
I
get a
don't
look
think
at.
there's
Yeah.
anything like fractured or broken. I think I just hit his head on one of the shots and my hand's a little puffy, but we feel good. We're already training again. We trained today, and so we're already working on the things that we need to work on to get better and make improvements and start getting fight of the night bonuses and finishes. But I mean, these things come, and 20-hour flight, fighting at 7:30 in the
I
morning,
know that
waking
must have
up
been
at
so
4 in the
weird.
morning,
Yeah.
7 a.m. We weigh in the next day. We're heading to the venue at 4:30 in the morning. So it's like the weight cut, like we really didn't get like 24 hours to like rehydrate. So it's like the guys that are on the early prelims, like
It's brutal.
it's
Yeah.
more tough. So I feel like when we're back home and we have a little bit more time, we'll have a little bit more steam, a little bit more energy, and it'll be better. So I'm excited to display that when we don't have to worry about like jet lag or anything like that.
What about an opponent? I know again you're just starting your UFC career. You're early on. I'm not saying call anyone out, but when you look at the division, is there any sort of matchups you look at and say, "Hey, that would be a fun one, me and this guy"? Is there anything that stands out?
Yeah, I'd like to fight the Korean Zombie.
Oh man, that would be amazing. That would be
It'd be
amazing.
sick. Zombie
Yeah.
versus the animal. Oh, be sick. Be so sick. So, yeah, man. I mean, I checked the rankings today. I'm number 63. I believe they have me. I don't know if that's been updated, updated, but that's a nice little push, man. I think we were just at like 110 in the world, and I don't see the 10 in there. I just see the one. But yeah, now it's at 63, so it's a beautiful thing, man. It's all coming together. So I'm looking forward to breaking that top 15 this year, and I think it'd be good if I could get a higher level guy, and to be able to get me closer to that.
And last question, what do you got planned for the rest of the week? You mentioned being back to training. Anything else you got going on? Any, dinners, anything like that? What are you going to be up to?
Oh man,
We trained today.
yeah, we trained
Yeah.
today. We trained today. We're already back to it. We were already in the gym, getting the post fight food off and working on the things that we needed to work on in the fight in order to be able to capitalize and finish. But we're going out to Mastro's this week. I got a bunch of friends that are TikTok food influencers.
Oh,
So we're
cool.
gonna get together and like, man, they make like A5 Japanese wagyu and do like Korean barbecue nights. So
Back to
it's
the
like
PI too.
it's insane. Yeah. So and then next week we're going to the UFC Performance Institute while we're in shape and gonna retest and just kind of see where we're at and how much we've improved on the things that they told us that we were weak on, and see where we compare now.
Smart. Hey, Blake, thanks for doing this. Always a pleasure, man. If there's anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, anything like that, I'll give you the last word.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank my brother, my coach, my family, my boy Flaming Hot Mitts right here. That's his Instagram, so you can follow him at that. We call him the Flame. His real name is Chris Guevara. But man, I really gotta thank this guy. He's been there since my little brother passed, and I felt like I lost a brother and gained a new one in him. So I'd like to thank him. Fuego Delta 8, Erfan, thank you. Coach Cam at Real Speed USA, he's the man. And Rhino Rush Drip Drop, you guys are the best, man. I couldn't have pulled this whole camp off and got everybody flown out here if it wasn't for you guys. And shout out to Iridium Sports Agency, Jason, Jacob, Peter. You guys make this happen all the time. And my mom, happy birthday, mom! It's her birthday
Oh,
today.
wow. On Valentine's Day.
So,
Cool.
yeah, so I'm super excited to get her some gifts from Australia, and thank you, man. Thank you for always just showing a lot of love to me, man. Like, for real, it doesn't go unnoticed, and I really appreciate it, man.